Hello, this is Chris Pickard at Body in Balance in Hertfordshire, and this is the Superfood series. And when I'm speaking about superfoods, I'm talking about plants. So these are plant superfoods. What is a superfood? Pretty much a superfood is any particular plant that seems to have either much higher levels of a specific nutrient than most other plants, or it's got some unique benefits or some unique chemicals inside it that give it amazing properties. So I've already covered a few and we've got more to come. And today I'm talking about something that a lot of people have heard of, kelp. Now kelp is a seaweed. It's actually a brown seaweed, but most kelp tablets seem to be green. And it comes from the coast of Japan and Korea mainly. It's very rich in potassium, magnesium, calcium and iron. So pretty much good for the heart, the nerves, the blood and the bone. But most people seem to take kelp because of a particular constituent, iodine. Now iodine is really important for the thyroid gland, and the thyroid gland is really important for producing energy. So lots of people think iodine, if you've got low energy, take some iodine. Also, often people think of iron as well, so kelp can help with both of those. But iodine isn't just good for the thyroid. I will come to the side effects at the end as well. Iodine is also really good for proper brain health. It's critical for the development of brains. And it's critical for the brain to think properly as well. It's also very beneficial for your immune system. So a lot of alternative cancer experts really want to check that you get enough iodine if you have a serious immune problem. Now, in recent years, we found other things inside kelp that make it that tell us why it's so amazing and why there are so many other things that are attributed to having lots of kelp. One is a protein called fucoxanthin. And fucoxanthin seems to help aid weight loss, it helps liver function, and it seems to also decrease the resistance to certain chemotherapy drugs. If you have cancer and you put on chemotherapy, chemotherapy can kill you. Well, when you take it alongside fucoxanthin, it seems to actually make the cancer cells much less resistant to resisting the chemotherapy drug. So you need less of the chemotherapy drug to have the same effects, which means it's safer for you. There's also something called fucoidan, which is a glyconutrient. And fucoidan seems to have anti-inflammatory properties, seems to maybe have anti-herpetic, so anti-herpes as well, and seems to also help lower cholesterol. Now, there is a danger with kelp. There's two. One is if you have too much of it, you could get too much iodine, and too much iodine is linked with an overactive thyroid, which can cause health problems. So don't go eating bags and bags and bags of kelp and having lots and lots and lots of iodine unless you know you have a massive deficiency. But small amounts, absolutely ideal. Now the other thing with lots and lots of kelp is where it's grown, especially off the coast of Japan, can be full of heavy metals, pollution and now radioactive material thanks to the Fukushima disaster. But the kelp grown off the waters of Korea seem to be actually pretty healthy, pretty clean. And I only tend to use kelp, in fact all of the superfoods, as you'll find out at the end, I use lots of them, but only in small amounts, so I get no side effects, just all the benefits. Thank you very much for watching and stay tuned for the next one. If you missed the previous ones, look in the description below. I'll have a link to all the other Superfood series, and subscribe to make sure you get the next one, or look out to see if the actual video is already up, and then you can go and watch the next video in the series. Thank you very much for watching. Be magnificently healthy.